Have you ever imagined a pharmacy that's not in a building with bright lights, but one that's, filled with damp earth, moss, and ancient trees? Well, today we're going to unlock that hidden medicine cabinet, a whole world of remedies that are literally growing right under our feet.
So our guide for this whole exploration is the book Fungal Pharmacy by Robert Rogers. And let me tell you, this thing is an incredible collection of information. It catalogs the medicinal properties of fungi all across North America. We're going to dive right into the data that's packed into its appendices.
All right, here's the plan. We'll start with a quick look at the book itself. Then we're going to jump into the microscopic battleground where fungi take on viruses and bacteria. After that, we'll explore their potential as a defense system for our very own cells, see how they act like nature's all-in-one wellness kit, and then wrap up by looking at the bigger picture of what all this could mean. Okay, so let's kick things off by really getting a feel for the importance and just the sheer scale of the work that we're digging into today. What's so cool about this book is its reputation. The famous mycologist Paul Stamets calls it a landmark compendium in the field of ethnomycology. And if you're wondering, that's basically the study of how different cultures have used plants and fungi for, well, everything. This is not just some field guide. It's a serious, heavy-duty collection of data that cross-references hundreds of species with their observed medicinal properties. First up, we're going microscopic. Think about it. Fungi have been in an evolutionary arms race for millions and millions of years. And this book documents how they've basically developed their own arsenal against some of the very same invisible invaders that we humans face. So, on one side of the ring, you've got viruses like influenza and HIV. These things have literally shaped human history. And on the other side, you've got bacteria like E. coli and Staphylococcus, which can cause anything from nasty food poisoning to really serious infections. The charts in this book lay out the evidence for fungal activity against both of these microscopic threats. Okay, take a look at this. This right here is Appendix D, and it's all about antiviral activity. You see the fungal species listed down the side, and then across the top, you have a list of viruses. If you see a dot in that grid, it means that some kind of activity has been documented. It's that simple. And this is where it gets really, really interesting when you start pulling out examples. So right here we see Lentinula edodes, which you probably know as the Shiitake mushroom, is listed in this text as showing activity against the influenza virus. It's just a great reminder that sometimes medicine can be found right there in the grocery store. And believe me, the story does not stop with viruses. This is the chart for antimicrobial activity. The layout is pretty much the same, but now the columns list out all these common bacteria. The book is essentially a massive database of nature's own defense systems. And again, we find some pretty familiar names here. According to this chart, the common oyster mushroom, Pleurotus austriatus, is noted for its activity against bacteria. The really crucial takeaway here is that these powerful properties can be found in fungi that are literally all around us. So from fighting those external invaders, we're now going to turn inward to a totally different kind of battle, cellular defense. And honestly, this is one of the most exciting areas of research covered in the book, the potential for fungi to help out in the fight against cancer. This is Appendix C. And what you're looking at is a grid that cross-references all these fungal species with a whole range of different cancer cell lines, everything from breast and lung to prostate and leukemia. The amount of data here is it's staggering. Now, when you dig through these massive charts, some fungi just keep popping up again and again. And one that truly stands out, a real superstar, is Trametes versicolor, which you probably know better as the turkey tail mushroom. Okay, now take a closer look here. If you just follow the row for Trametes versicolor, you see dot after dot after dot. The book documents its activity against cell lines for breast, cervical, lung, lymphoma, and that's not even all of them. This is exactly why it's considered such a powerhouse in the world of medicinal mushrooms. So here's the key takeaway. This one fungus is not a one-trick pony, not at all. By pulling data from all the different charts in the book, we can see that turkey tail is listed as having antiviral properties, antimicrobial properties, and anti-cancer properties, all on top of being categorized as a general immune tonic. Just a true powerhouse. And this leads us to an even broader idea. Beyond fighting specific diseases, a lot of these fungi are documented as general tonics, things that support the body's overall health and resilience. It's almost like a wellness kit provided by nature itself. To really get our heads around this, let's just do a quick case study on one of the most famous medicinal mushrooms out there, Ganoderma lucidum, or as it's more commonly known, Reishi.
All right, first up, we check the anti-cancer chart. And yep, there it is, Ganoderma lucidum, with check marks showing documented activity against breast, lung, and prostate cancer cell lines. So right off the bat, we're seeing its potential as a cellular defender.
Okay, now let's flip back to that antiviral chart. And look at that, here it is again. Ganoderma lucidum is listed with activity against hepatitis B, herpes simplex, and HIV. So you can see we're starting to build a much more complete picture of what this one fungus can do. And finally, we look at the main medicinal properties chart. And here, the book actually classifies it as a nerve tonic and a remedy for stress. This is what makes fungi so absolutely fascinating. A single organism can offer this complex, multi-layered range of potential benefits, from the cellular level all the way up to our overall sense of well-being. Okay, let's zoom out for a second. We've been looking at individual charts and specific fungi. But what happens when you just step back and look at the whole incredible picture that's being presented in this book? Across the main medicinal properties chart alone, just one chart, the book catalogs over 20 different categories of therapeutic action. We're talking about everything from analgesic and anti-inflammatory to immune tonic and cardiovascular support. This isn't about just one or two uses. It is a vast spectrum of bioactivity. And that really leaves us with one final big thought. The data in this book represents an enormous body of knowledge, all painstakingly compiled from existing research and historical use. It's a testament to the power of nature's pharmacy. So it really makes you wonder, if this is just what we've managed to catalog so far, what other secrets are still out there, just waiting to be discovered in the forest?